Get your assets in gear. In today's video, we're going to be talking about asset protection. Did you know that most physicians by the age of 65 have been sued? Even if you did nothing wrong at all, the toll a lawsuit takes can be enormous emotionally in terms of your time and emotional energy. These lawsuits can last for years, and the risk of a lawsuit obviously depends on what specialty you're in and then where you live, meaning how courts tend to favor plaintiff or defendant. In today's video, you're going to learn 8 high-level tips that you need to know regarding asset protection. This is a complex topic, and you need advisors around you. Creating wealth is really one thing, but as you become wealthy, you may also become the target of financial predators. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can sleep soundly, knowing everything that you've worked so hard for is safe and secure as it can be. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Dr. Ron Wuest, a retired psychiatrist of 33 years. I'm operating as a coach, and I make educational videos to help physicians avoid burnout, achieve financial and emotional well-being in less than 10 minutes per day, because frankly, medical school never taught us to take care of ourselves. In previous videos, we've talked about avoiding burnout, creating wealth, and those are very important topics. But creating wealth is one thing, protecting the wealth that you've created is an entirely different animal. So in today's video, we'll be talking about asset protection. So what is an asset? An asset essentially is something of value. Now, you can subcategorize assets in a number of different ways, and I've talked about this in some of my previous videos. So we want to learn the top 8 high-level strategies that you need to use to protect your wealth. So here they are in order. 1, build a team of advisors. 2, start early. 3, get insurance. 4, entity selection. 5, trusts. 6, investments. 7, accountants. And 8 is good habits. So building a team, just like in medicine, each subspecialty has their own specific body of knowledge that's difficult to master, and that's why we have subspecialties. The same is true in law. So you're going to need legal professionals who know a particular area to best advise you, and there are a number of them. What I can say is the sticker shock for attorneys can be pretty throat tightening, but what I'm going to say is find the right professionals, talk to experienced colleagues who have used their particular advisors for a long time to get the right advice. When you talk to an attorney, this could be $300, $400 an hour. Ask them an approximate project cost, what they would anticipate in terms of time. And that way you can kind of calculate and do the math of what you would expect to pay. Some of the attorneys are attorneys like estate planning attorneys, which would help with trusts and wills, real estate attorneys if you're involved in real estate, contract attorneys when you're signing a contract, or if you have your own business and you have a contract that you're having your employees sign, you need contract attorneys, intellectual property attorneys in the event that's where you're going in your business. Other advisors would be insurance advisors, investment advisors, not people who are selling you for a commission, but people who give their advice based on time, not advice based on number of amount of assets or percentage of assets under management. And then you need great accountants. Again, talk to colleagues about this. You don't want someone who's just recently switched to a new attorney and say, how is he? And it's only based on 6 months. You want someone who's worked with a team of people really for years. You also have to start early. So this is key. You don't have to get it all done today or tomorrow, but the important thing when you start early is that you're building up a strategy and you're developing tactics to protect the hard-earned wealth that you have accumulated. So starting early is important. You can't get insurance when you need it. So you can't buy fire insurance after your house burns down. You also can't get disability insurance after you're disabled for that particular issue. So really starting early and starting to get these pieces in place is important. Now we've talked about insurance, and insurance is really the cornerstone of asset protection. It's your first line of defense for anything. Just like if you have a house, you want your house insured. That's critical. So you need a great insurance advisor. Again, not just a salesperson, but somebody who knows the nuances of insurance so they can advise you appropriately on your particular situation. Once again, talk to experienced colleagues. Who have they used and who have they used for a long time? Some of the different kinds of insurance are malpractice insurance. Of course, you know about malpractice. But you need to understand if you're employed, is it occurrence-based, is it claims-made? If you leave, do you have to pay tail coverage? Disability insurance. You want to know the details of this. Some people are covered by their employer, but you may also choose to have your own separate disability policy that will follow you from job to job. Health insurance, another critical piece, so that God forbid something happens, your insurance is paying it and you're not using your hard-earned assets to pay for this. Life insurance, the earlier and healthier you are, the less expensive the premium typically will be. And so getting to know the details of different kinds of life insurance is critical. Auto insurance, of course, and homeowners insurance with an umbrella policy. Now, the earlier you are in your career, your umbrella policy can be not have to cover you for large amounts, but over time, as your net worth goes up, you will want to have a larger and larger umbrella policy. And then you want to think about senior care insurance, could be even for your parents if you're young, or for yourselves if you're older. Entity selection is number 4. So what is entity selection? Well, one of my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, says, own nothing but control everything. The reason you don't want to own things in your name is if you own it in your name, then you will be able to be personally sued. So having an accountant and an asset attorney advisor is critical to figure out how to pick the entity that you want so that you're protected. Remember, for example, I own real estate. So I wouldn't own that personally because then I could be sued personally. So owning real estate, for example, in an LLC is a corporation that surrounds that piece of real estate so that you are personally insulated if something were to happen at that particular property. So that's why the entity you pick is critical to insulate other assets from other assets that you own that perhaps you could be sued for. You'll need property and liability insurance on a business, on real estate, and so that's critical, and having the right insurance advisor is so important. Trust and estate planning is number 5. So having entities is very important, but having other entities that may operate or control, say, real estate LLCs is also important and gives you an extra layer of protection in your estate planning. So you need an estate planning attorney to really set this up and understand the nuances of your particular state in terms of how to protect things and create an estate so you can pass on assets in a manner that you wish. Starting these things early is important because you never know what lies ahead. And then number 6 is accountants who can advise you on taxes and tax structures that are beneficial for you, not intermingling funds from different corporations is certainly very important, or different entities that you own. And then you also need to know what to document for the IRS if you were to ever to be audited, and your accountants can help you with this. Number 7 is investments, so having investment advisors is very important. Again, I'm not talking about necessarily investment advisors that are operating because they get a commission. I'm talking about people who you pay for their time to give you advice regarding certain questions that you have. For example, it may be a 401k or IRA can't be reached by creditors in a lawsuit in particular states. And so getting good advice regarding asset protection and good investments are critical. Paying someone for their time, as I said, is important. Some people pay for assets under management, but I don't think this is the right way to do it. As a matter of fact, 401k may not even be a good investment, but it does afford you some asset protection in the event of a lawsuit. Other investments can give you tax deductions or tax credits. An investment advisor and accountant would be able to advise you on these things. Now, other things I'll bring up for just high-level things are prenuptial agreements, which I personally don't believe in. I did not sign a prenuptial agreement with my wife because I don't think it's the right thing to do. But picking a fantastic partner is important. It's one of the most important things you can do to avoid losing half your assets, and more importantly, to have an amazing life. Having a partner next to you, I've been married for 34 years now, or going on 34 years, is such a critical aspect of enjoying life that I can never overemphasize this. So if you like the information and content on this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. And the comments below, share things you'd like to hear more of. And we're going to be creating a link down below that if you'd like to hear more content like this, we'll be sending out information to you. Just click on that link below, and for special offers and other courses that we offer. If you hope you enjoyed today's content, you have a great day. And again, Dr. Ron Wuest, I'm done.